I'm Dean Moon. I'm with the Department of Transportation, and I'm the project engineer on our SR3 Belfair Widening project. Fairly new to the project. A few months back I came into the project, and with me tonight is Karen Boone in the back, and so I may ask Karen to help me out. She has a bit more history on the project than I do as we go through the discussion. So we were asked to give a brief update on our Belfair project, just a few minute update to allow time for questions. So I'll keep the update high level. If you have questions, we certainly will answer them as best we can when we get through here. So first of all, the limits of the project, for those of you who may not be familiar, is from around Sweetwater Creek on up to McDonald's area. We are widening for a two-way left turn lane down the center of the project. We'll extend that two-way left turn lane, and we'll be constructing sidewalks and traffic shoulders throughout the length of the project. One of the things that we'll be doing as part of the project is stormwater treatment, and so with that there's a couple of things we need to do. We have to gather the stormwater off of the highways and route it to ponds for treatment or some sort of stormwater treatment facility. And then we also have to manage what we call the off-site drainage, which is the water coming toward the roadway from adjacent properties and that. So our goal is to keep the highway water separated from the off-site water. So the highway water will be captured and treated. The off-site water we will convey on through the roadway and area just like it does now. Another element of the project is what we call access management. So we are required to look at the access connections to state routes on all of our projects when we do improvement projects. And the goal of access management is to maintain the safety and the capacity and the functional integrity of our state routes. So we've been doing that, basically working our way through the corridor, and essentially the goal of access management is to isolate the access points to one location per parcel or per property as best we can. And so that's one of the things that we're working our way through. We're meeting with property owners. Some of you may have received letters or access connection permits from us, and that's what it is about. So we'll continue to do that. It's one of the things that we need to finalize is our access connection and our permits. We also are in the process of coordinating and relocating utilities. The utility companies are beginning that relocation. Cascade Natural Gas has been relocating their facilities. Peninsula Light has also began moving a couple of their, I think 4 of the main distribution, or the transmission line poles were moving back, and that work is in progress. We're also coordinating with other utilities. Belfair Water, we're working with Belfair Water so that they're designing their relocation, and then the communication companies that are in the area as well. So that utility relocation work will continue on through the rest of this year and on into early next year. We're also acquiring right-of-way that is needed throughout the corridor. There's approximately 44 parcels that we need right-of-way from in order to have the width we need to build the project. We've acquired about 28 to 30 of those parcels, and we're in negotiations on the remaining parcels, and that work is moving along. As far as the design and contract documents of the project, we're finalizing our design, compiling contract documents. We'll have internal review processes that we'll be going through, and we intend to advertise the project in the February timeframe early next year. As far as construction, our goal is to start construction around the May timeframe. The project will take 2 summers or 2 construction seasons to complete, and we're also working on ways to minimize impacts to the community during construction. Our contractors are required to maintain access to all the properties throughout the corridor during construction. We're also looking at ways to control how much area the contractor works in. And so there's some things that we have to do there, but it's a concept that we're trying to develop that would essentially complete a portion of the work before we move on down to the next portion. So those are the things that we're focused on right now. So, questions? Yes?
You said Peninsula Light, did you mean PUD 3? We don't have a Peninsula.
Yes.
Did you say that May 2014 you anticipate construction will start?
That's correct.
Okay, so you'll be advertising, go to ad in
Advertised in February?
February. Okay.
Mr. Moon,
Yes.
is WDFW still requiring a fish-bearing culvert for that stream at Romance Hill?
Yes. Yes, they are, and that is part of the contract.
Okay, thank you.
You mentioned you were coordinating with the water district on design, et cetera. And since the initial concept and initial design, it's my understanding there has been some changes in the initial concept and initial design. And if I'm wrong, just say, and I'll stop.
I'm not aware of changes. Karen, maybe you can help me out here.
It might be that the original plan was to have the water line constructed as part of the washout contract. It is now changed to where Belfair Water District would like to do that beforehand. So that's the only change that I'm aware of. They are still in their final designs and working through their issues that they have.
Okay, so I guess just to clarify, my concern was that if in fact WashDOT required an engineering change by, and I don't know why the well district did what they did, but anyhow, they did. If WashDOT does require an engineering change to the water district's plan, is WashDOT picking up the additional cost for that?
So the plans are being developed now for Belfair Water's relocation. We're working with Belfair Water and coordinating what we plan to build, and they're designing their facilities that need to be relocated around what we're doing. So I'm not sure.
I was at a meeting the other day, and it was at the understanding that they had a design already in place. WashDOT had a design in place, and so we were following, the well district was following the prescribed direction, if you will, based on your plan, their new design people. And if you change yours, my question is, if you change your design for any reason, and it costs the well district to go back to their engineers and redesign a phase or a portion or whatever, are you deferring that cost? Are you accepting that cost that you're causing the well district to do, or what?
No.
Well district's gonna take that in the shorts, huh? If that occurred.
If that occurred, but the intent is that we're coordinating our designs together.
I'm with you, I hope you do.
Yes.
Have you acquired all the necessary right-of-ways? Are there any holdouts?
We have not acquired all the necessary right-of-way. We are, there's around 44 parcels that we need, and I think we've acquired 28 or 30. So we have 12 to 14 or 16 to go, and they are in negotiation. So I don't know of any holdouts, so to speak. I know that we're in negotiations through our real estate services group with the property owners.
Would that slow the project down then if you aren't able to get these right-of-ways?
Yes, we need to get through the right-of-way phase, and there are some utilities that can't relocate until we've finished that right-of-way acquisition phase. So that is a risk to our ad date, is getting through the right-of-way phase and utility relocation. Yes, sir.
They're not necessarily because they're holdouts. There's issues that have to do with access that they're still trying to work out. So it's not actually, holdout might not be the right term with a lot of these properties.
Correct.
It's just trying to make sure, because as soon as they change the road, they also change the access, and the law has an access be a specific way or manner, level, or site distance, and all kinds of other stuff that gets lost.
Have you obtained the properties where the stormwater ponds are to go?
I think some, but not all. Those are, at least one of those is in the remaining acquisition. Karen, is that two?
We required one of the properties for upon the order negotiations for the remaining two.
You're looking at 3 now instead of 5?
Yes, there are 3. The one that had 5 was including stage 2. That was for stage 2 and stage 1 of the
Thank
project.
you.
Yes, sir?
I have a couple questions. One is up on the north end by McDonald, are you having a sidewalk on both sides of the road?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Is it one stop short, Karen?
One stop's a little bit
Okay.
short.
Is that on the west side?
Yes.
And where does it stop? I just didn't know.
Can I point?
Sure.
It's easier for me to point. Right here, there's a driveway that goes down to these businesses down here,
Okay.
right at their driveway.
Okay. And another question, any time frame on phase 2 at all? Any ideas if that's in the near future at all, phase 2?
No idea, it's unfunded at this time.
Okay.
Is there a date on it, Kevin?
No, there's no funding for phase 2 of that. It would be in some sort of a future revenue package.
Right after the White Fest.
Yes, sir?
Dean, wanted to ask, there's been some speculation that there's gonna be additional traffic lights put in town as part of this project. Can you clarify if that's true or not?
So there will not be additional traffic lights as part of this project. The traffic light that exists down by the school will be moved north a bit to better align.
And that's only a pedestrian?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions? Thank you very much. We appreciate you coming out and speaking with us, Commissioner. Do you have any questions?
No, I'm really excited about it. You know, it's been a long delay, and the project's been shortened. It isn't as extensive as it should be, but I think at full build-out, it'll really be a very, very great change downtown along the commercial area, and should flow traffic better, as well as be, I think, much more attractive to investors as well.
For me, it's the safety aspect. I have a daughter that attends a preschool in an area across the street from the library where there is no turn lane. And I'll tell you, I get pretty mad sometimes if you find me in the paper, it's probably because I pulled over and got somebody coming at me the way they do out there. So I also want to throw in the thing. I've had calls from the community, and when I've had a few calls with different issues, I really mean it. I've made a few phone calls to them, and they've been extremely responsive. Some of the things seemed like it would be an issue that we couldn't even fix, and they fixed it right away. It's been very appreciated by myself, at least, when it comes to working with you guys on this project.
Thank you.